We hear those sweet noises around here an awful lot. All right, so I think we may have people come in and go, and everything's super casual. So if you guys feel like you have to go to the bathroom or you need a drink, go ahead and get up. I know we're here for a really long time. So my name is Shonda Brent, and I have been at CareNet for almost 4 years. I started out as the financial secretary here, doing that part-time, working a lot from home, sometimes here. I came originally as a volunteer. A lot of our staff members were passionate about CareNet originally, and that's how they ended up on staff. I had finished volunteer training and just started volunteering when that position came open, and took that and did that for about 3 years, and then started taking on a little bit more responsibility. And I am the director of operations now, and took that job in May. So I'm happy to be here. It's an honor to be here in any capacity, and certainly an honor to actually get paid to do what we do. And CareNet, the biggest thing that I think we hear, people come to development luncheons to hear, we just want to educate the public, like, what do we do here? And the biggest comment we get when they leave is, we had no idea. And, you know, most people think we do pregnancy tests, which we absolutely do, but by the end of the night, once you hear about all the different classes and all the different people that come in, you'll have a better idea of what all we do. And as a volunteer, that's really important, because as a client comes in, if you're going to be meeting with clients, or if you're going to be working in the mentoring department, you need to know what all it is that we offer so that you can better assist the client or kiddo that you're helping. So my first thing I want to say is, please don't get overwhelmed. It's going to be like a fire hose at you for the next few days. And whether you choose to do the client portion or you just choose to come tonight, don't get overwhelmed, because everything that we're going to be talking about, I'm going to give you some brochures that are going to have all the different classes in them in just a short snippet, so that you can, you know, keep reading through those and learning about what all it is, and just listening tonight for the quickening of the Lord. Like, where does He want me in this place? And that's what we want. You know, God has just giftings in each one of you, have special giftings that someone here doesn't have, that we need you to bring that to the team. And that's kind of what the goal is tonight, to figure out, where do I fit in? You know, so as you listen tonight, just figure out what you're passionate about and where you want to get plugged in. And if it's with mentoring, or you want to help with the benevolence room, those things you only need to come tonight. And if you decide my passion is to see clients, then you're going to need to stay for the rest of the training. It's pretty in-depth, and you know, some of the client visits are super easy, and then some of them are pretty intense. So we just want to make sure that you're completely prepared when you see them, to move forward that way. And don't think I don't want you to freak out. Some people would leave here thinking, you're just going to throw me in a room with a client. But after you go through all of the training, what we do is have the volunteers come back, and they'll shadow either another staff member or another volunteer that's been here a long time. So you'll just go in the client room with them. And when you feel like, okay, I think that I kind of have the idea of how this still goes down, then we'd let you go in on your own. And when you go in on your own, to do the actual visit, someone would still go with you. So even then, you wouldn't be alone. You just kind of switch places. Instead of shadowing, someone kind of shadows you, so that they can, if you get nervous or don't know what to say, that someone else is there to kind of fill in for you. So after the training's done, the training's not done. So what I really want to know is what each one of you know about us. I want to know about your lives, and what are you passionate about, what brought you here. So if each one of you, do you mind starting, Monty?
No, I don't mind. My name is Monty Denny, and I learned about CareNet through God of Wonders Church, Randy Schrader, and he put a notice in the Sunday.
Oh my gosh, thank them for doing that. That's very sweet.
It wasn't you that visited us a couple of years ago.
Okay.
Tell me your name.
Candy Gibbs.
Candy.
Okay.
Candy Combs, she spoke. And I learned about that at first. I'm a CRNA, a Certified Registered Nurse Anesthetist. And when I did some OB, and I don't now, I'm doing eyes now, but when you get the 14-year-olds, and they had the courage to continue with the pregnancy at 14, and it just, their dads, they wanted their dad to be on board with all of it. And a lot of times they weren't. And I don't know, when I heard Candy speak, I was thinking about that. And I don't know, I just want to see what you do. I think maybe there's some place with that background that I want to see if there's a place for that somehow.
Absolutely.
I was always moved by the daddies, not the father of the child. Usually, a lot of times on these younger women, that what they were, there was embarrassment and anger within the dad, the biologic father of the young girl having the baby.
Yes.
I took that home with me. It's all, things that I've thought about ever since then, and so I don't know, that's what brings me here.
That's wonderful, and what a unique niche. So really glad that you're here.
Well, I have a 5-year-old, a regular 5-year-old now. My wife and I, who is her biologic child. So
okay.
Second child of fatherhood.
Okay.
So that's enough about me.
Well, no, that was wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing. And we definitely have a few areas, too, where the medical part could really come in handy. We have childbirth classes where the moms who are about to have their babies come in, and you have someone come in and talk a little bit more about that tonight, so I don't want to spoil their deal. But so be listening as you hear that, and then also sonograms. We do sonograms, and Kelly later she is our mentoring director, and she's going to talk more about the mentoring programs. And some of those young ladies may just
concerned about being male.
No, well, we don't have males go into the client rooms alone with the girls, but I want to find out, there's a place for you. The Lord obviously quickened your heart to be here, and so we definitely, girls need that. Young ladies need that. The women who haven't had a good role model. It's hard for them to see the father correctly when they have an earthly father that has not been perfect by far. So thanks for being here. So, Kimberly?
Well, I work in women's and children's ministry as well as...
What church?
Coulter Road Baptist.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but I work at an elementary school too. So, my life's a little crazy sometimes. But I just wanted an opportunity to reach out to others, even outside of the church and outside of my own realm, and just reach out and minister to others.
And you and Kelly have met and talked, and so you're pretty passionate about the mentoring part, is that correct? Okay, and I have all of your paperwork too. It did come through, good. And I haven't even told Kelly that yet. There is one more form. Okay. Can you believe it after filling all that out? Rebecca?
Rebecca Bybee, and I work for Richard Milburn Academy, but about a year ago in November, I was doing my prayer session in the morning, and the Lord told me that I was supposed to do this, that I really need to be a part of CareNet Crisis Pregnancy Center. Well, I don't know about y'all, but I tend to argue with my father. So what are you thinking? What are you talking about? And I heard this several mornings. And so when I moved back to Amarillo, I went, okay, I got to do what I'm supposed to do. I'm going to be obedient. Plus, I'm a single mom. I've raised 2 children. I have one that's at Wayland Baptist University. And I'm sorry, I still cry.
Look, I went and already got extra tissues.
And I have one in 8th grade at Bonham Junior High, and they're both incredible children. I look at my oldest daughter, and I'm in awe sometimes. I'm very blessed to be able to say I'm a parent that can be in awe of my child. She's an incredible child. I would like to be able to impart that wisdom, and I think that everything that I've gone through all my life, the Lord is now going to allow me to give back.
That's good.
So, and not just at my job. I do, like her, I have a pretty tough job. I got a lot of pregnant girls, a lot of dads.
And what do you do at Richard Milburn? I can't remember.
I teach the CT classes.
That's
I have
right.
different classes that I teach.
Okay.
So, and I also lead a study at Trinity Fellowship. We really are trying to get a teenage mom group going. And the high school guy and I have been talking about maybe bringing other churches in. And at Richard Milburn, we have a lot of outcast kids.
Where is it located, Rebecca?
At 51st and Western.
Okay.
You know, Western Bowl is, Pizza Hut, we're
Yeah.
on the street right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of outcast girls, and my co-leader and I it's really pressed upon our hearts that we not just invite teenage moms, but we invite some of these outcast girls too.
Mm-hmm.
We need to let them know that they're loved, and that we all make mistakes,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm quitting mistakes, I'm sure. I know, so that's my heart, and I'm trying to be obedient and do exactly what the Lord told me to do. So I'm going to do all the training.
Great.
And I will do and go whatever it is He tells me to do.
I'm so glad that you're going to do that.
Yeah.
And we'll see where He places you. But the rest of the training, even dealing with, you're constantly dealing with pregnant girls.
Yeah.
So it'll be invaluable even in your current work situation, I hope.
Yes. He says,
So-
well, and some of the dads, they're taking I have a parenting class, I have a child development class, I have a cooking class, I chose to do an etiquette class this semester.
Really?
These kids,
They don't know. That's a wonderful thing to do.
So I said, I want to do etiquette. And so, and then
Man, I just want to pat you on the back for that. My husband and I went to the movie recently, and we usually go to the Hollywood Theater, and we went to the one on I-40. And that is exactly what I told my husband. They have no manners, just common manners. Yes, and it's just crazy. I mean, we were so stressed out by the time we finally got to the movie that we wish we'd just stayed home. So thanks for teaching them manners.
well, I hope.
Yeah.
But it's neat. I have students come back and go, Miss Bobby, I went to these people's house the other night and I knew what 4 days.
Fabulous.
Good for you.
And it makes them feel good about themselves when they do know. So that's great. I love
I'm
that.
going to do family and community service. So I'm trying to teach them that community service is a good thing. It doesn't have to just be ordered by the judge.
Good.
Because all of them, I ask them, what is community service? Well, the judge makes me do that. No. That's when you're in trouble. But community service is giving back to those who give to us every day.
Yes.
They don't understand that.
We'll have church groups that will call us, is there a service project we can do? But I think right now we have 2 teenage girls that just randomly called us, what can we do? Well, they're not old enough to see clients, but they just want to serve, and it is rare. It makes me cry when yeah, you can help us. So that's great that you're teaching them that. Allison, what about you?
Well, I went to school with Jancy's daughter.
Did you
Actually, I'm a
really?
little bit older than her, but I grew up in a Christian home, went to Trinity.
Uh-huh.
I knew about CareNet all along. I mean, I don't know, still don't know everything that y'all do, but, and I think Candy came and talked to us in high school even about her story, so I knew of her, but, I went off to school at Texas A&M, and I found out 3 weeks before graduation that I was pregnant, and I wasn't married, and so, growing up in the family that I did, I knew it was going to be a huge letdown, and my mom had said what would happen in that situation, and I was really scared. So I waited till after graduation to tell them, which for bad timing, it was really good timing that I was about to graduate from college, but I came home, and my son's father is actually from Amarillo, and we went to the doctor to get a heartbeat and everything, and then we told our parents together, but we weren't really together. So that was shameful in and of itself, among other things involved. And so,
But he did come with you to tell your
yes, we told
parents.
his parents together and
Okay.
my parents together. And my parents were very hurt, and my mom's initial thing was, you need to adopt. And I just said, absolutely not. I'm at a place in my life where I can take care of this child, and we argued. Because anyway, I think adoption's great too, though, because I have 2 adopted cousins, and I think that adoption's a great thing. But for me at the time, it wasn't what I needed to do. So anyway, I had Brooks, December of 2010, and me and his father did not work things out, and so it was amazing how God just took care of me throughout the whole process. I actually, when I got home after I had told my parents, just trying to navigate through all of it, and I called 2 of my friends that their older sisters had gotten pregnant in high school. I called them and I met with them and talked to them about their situations, and then I actually came here and I had met with a lady, and then y'all had a Bible study going. So I came to it one time, but they were in different situations than I was, so it was a little bit different. And then I got a job around the same time, so I didn't finish out coming to that Bible study. But anyway, making a long story long. Anyway, so my son's father and I started to just get along as best as we could in a hard situation, and he actually passed away in an accident in July of 2012. And so anyway, and then I recently, this summer, I got married in 2013.
Well, congratulations to you.
So it's been...
That is a whirlwind of a story.
It has been a whirlwind, but the Lord has truly just walked us through the whole thing. It's amazing to me just how God, His provisions and His blessing and His love, and, you know, through me making a mistake, I've been blessed immensely with my son. I can't imagine my life without him. And my husband just loves my son, and
that's
he's
beautiful.
Like his own. And so it's just a really cool story. So my reason for being here is that I want to help other girls see that there is light. And my friend Macy,
Amen.
that was going to come, but she has 2 little ones. Her story is different than mine, but a lot like mine. And so we both agree that we have a ministry in this one day, but her time is not now. So in mine, I don't know what capacity I'll serve in, because I do have a full-time job and a 3-year-old and a husband, but I do want to help somehow. So.
Good. So will you be coming to the whole training?
I don't know that the right now client one-on-one will be what I will do. I have a heart. I'm really good at helping fundraise, so I don't know if that's something.
Okay.
Or I just want to hear what all y'all have available and see what the time commitment is.
Okay.
And then I need to talk to my boss, because she agrees that this is important, and especially in my job. Another thing is I sell insurance, so for girls that don't have insurance, I just thought of that when I was sitting here.
Wow.
I can help them navigate healthcare.gov, get a subsidy, get
right.
them on track there.
Wow. That is fantastic. You're full of talents. I just think everyone has seasons, but as a client advocate, hopefully someday, no one can understand that situation like someone who's been there.
And I always, in life, growing up in a Christian school and a Christian home, I just thought, I'm pro-life. I don't see how anyone could ever do that. It's horrible. And being in that situation, you do weigh out all your options. And that is, I understand, I have more compassion, and not that I never really went down, obviously didn't go down that road, but I thought, you know, this would be a lot easier. I could just sweep this under the rug. I wouldn't have to tell anyone about it. Not that I truly believe it would be easier, because I don't, because I know that there's.
But that's what the enemy tells you in that time.
But you could easily think, in my situation, I won't have to tell my parents, my grandparents.
Yes.
You know, one of the things my grandparents said to me was, you of all people, you would have been the last person we would have thought would have done this. And I guess that's a compliment. At the time, it's not really a compliment.
Wasn't really what you wanted to hear.
Yeah, so, anyway.
Well, I'm glad you made the choices that you did. And, you know, sometimes the things that we mess up, I mean, Candy Gibbs is our executive director, and her story is much the same. We're going to watch. We just did this little video snippet, just recorded it a few weeks ago, and just got it back. So you guys are the first people besides staff to get to watch it. And we're going to have it on our website, where when someone, you know, we have our website set up when someone's Googling abortion or something like that, we want to come up. And what Candy did was speak exactly to, like, if I'm sitting with someone in a chair and they're considering abortion, what am I going to say to them? And that's what the video is, so I can't wait to show you all that. But her story is, you know, she didn't make that choice. And even though it, you know, is something she'll regret always, it is her ministry. And so that's, only God can do that. Take the thing that we screwed up the worst and make it what we do. So, you want to tell us a little bit about you?
This is Shepherd.
Shepherd has a lot of hair. He's so cute.
My name's Hannah, and I actually grew up in this area, but moved away in 2008 and moved back last weekend. So we're back in this area now. And I would say that I've always been passionate about birth in general and pregnancy, and then got to experience it firsthand this past year. And just I love the childbirth classes that I took, and just everything I got to learn about just the miracle of life in general. And so I've always loved that, kind of had a heart for those things. But my pastor at the church we were attending while living in Dallas does a Sanctity of Life sermon once a year. And so I've heard it 3 times now, and every year it's always just been something I look forward to, but at the same time walked away burdened by just the reality of abortion statistics today and the onslaught of just the negative media and just everything surrounding that. And but I think this year it hit a deeper place in my heart because I have a child now. I've walked through pregnancy and have a baby and can look at my baby and think about the millions of babies that haven't had the chance to be it has now. And so the last thing my pastor said at the end of the sermon is one of the things that you can do is get involved. It's more than just get fired up for 2 months at a time and then forget that the problem exists, but really get involved and really meet women face to face and walk with them daily. And so we moved here, and I knew immediately that I want to get involved. And my grandmother has volunteered here for years and years, and so I asked her about it, and she said, "Great timing, the training starts next week."
Yay! We are so delighted that you're here, and man, are you brave. I mean, to move and not even be here for a month and jump in with both feet. I mean, that's awesome.
And I'm planning on going through the whole training.
Great.
If y'all don't mind a baby tagging along.
I was the one that talked to you on the phone, and you just, you know, if you need to step out, step out. I mean, it's going to be super casual. There may just be, you know, 3 of us, 4 of us. There are, I think, a couple of people that said they couldn't come tonight that may be here tomorrow, but it's not, we're not uptight.
My husband and I will just be tag teaming it all.
That is great. We're just glad you're here, and God implanted that in you. That's just, you know, not having the history that would make you passionate about, there's just something implanted in you about development in life, and that's beautiful. One of my favorite things about CareNet is sharing the gospel. You know, I've gone to church for years and years, and you know, you do get to share the gospel there, but we get girls who come in here that would never, ever, ever, ever set foot in a church. They've either had a bad experience or, you know, think it's something that it's not, or there's a variety of reasons, but they come to us and we just get to love them right where they are and share Jesus with them. And that's my favorite thing about being here. And Kelly just came to us from a church, and can I share with them what you said? Okay, sorry, I should have asked you before. Well, I didn't know it was going to come up. You know, even when you work at a church, you don't always get to say, you know, Jesus as your Savior. What does that mean to you to be a Christian? And we get that chance every time we step in the client room. And it is an honor to get to do that every day. I love that part of it. So I'm going to show y'all, I don't want to show Candy's video without her being in here. Let me tell you a little bit about how the training is going to go down and hand y'all a couple of things. This is what I told y'all for the classes. All the classes and programs and everything are in this, so that after everyone gets done with you tonight and you need a refresher course, you can flip through this. And
I have to tell you, there's a lot of stuff. I remember get a new girl in my class, I just grab one of everything and go.
Take one of everything.
Go, honey, I don't know everything. Just know that it's
We are so delighted that you're sharing that stuff with them, and I'll get you more. I do want to share some statistics with you guys. Last year, we just got done doing all our stats for 2013, and a typical center in America sees about 50 clients a month. And, we go to the CareNet National Conference once a year and talk to all these centers, and that's kind of the norm, 50 a month. And like in December, which was a very short month, this center saw 146 clients. And that is a small month. That isn't including all of our centers. It's not including any of the mentoring stuff. It's not including any of the classes. It's just people that came in through our doors for either benevolence or pregnancy tests. We opened a center at 34th and Ross Osage. Do y'all know about that center? Okay, that center, and Sandra's going to share a little bit of the stats about that, but since she's not going to, some of y'all aren't going to be here, that center started in February, and I met with Sandra today, and they're already at 80 clients for this month. So it's just crazy how much, the East Side needed us. So we're so happy that God allowed us to be there. And our Canyon Center, the First Baptist Church there, has allowed us to meet in their singles home. So we go over once a week and see Canyon clients. And everybody thinks, WT, that we would have so many, the girls wouldn't go. We had a standalone house there, and it was down the street from, not far from the college, but the confidentiality was a real issue. So those girls came to Amarillo anyway. So we're there to serve the clients that still want to come to the Canyon Center, but we're there once a week. And then we have our Northeast branch, which is over on Polk Street in Amarillo Boulevard, kind of right across from St. Anthony's Hospital. And they saw last month 96 clients. So total for the year is close to 4,000 for all the centers. And that's just clients. That's not counting any classes or mentoring stuff. So we got a lot going on, and we are so honored that God lets all those people come here, that we can love on them, share the love of Jesus with them, and bless them with, some people come for benevolence, and they're allowed to come once a month to get diapers, formula, and we're building a relationship with them and teaching them what it looks like to live like Jesus. And each month when they come in, asking them, well, how's that going? And so hopefully you guys will get to experience that relationship a little bit. I'm going to try to play this. I've had some technical issues.
Did you say 34th and Ross Osage?
Yes, it is. It's a little bit west of Ross Osage. And there's a shopping center, and what's the Thai place? Taste of Thai. It's kind of right there.
I go to Milan.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay, y'all pray this works. Come on, Betsy.
Been in your very same shoes, and I was in a position to have to choose whether I would have my baby or choose to abort. And I want you to know that I realize that it's emotional. I realize that you likely feel alone and that you're struggling with what you should do. And there are just a couple of things that I really want you to consider as you make this decision. And one is that you do